Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Today I will talk about the introduction of our assignment. Human Resource Information System or HRIS is a digital system used to manage HR activities, for example, payroll, attendance, recruitment, and performance evaluation. It helps organizations to improve efficiency and reduce paperwork. However, HRIS may also create ethical issues if employee data is not managed properly. At Optima Solutions Nurul Berhad, employees face issues such as biometric monitoring, sharing of performance data without consent, unfair automatic recruitment screening, and lack of transparency in employee evaluation. Therefore, this assignment aims to identify the ethical issues in HRIS, evaluate their impact, and suggest recommendations for responsible HRIS implementation. The next part is the identification of ethical issues. We have four ethical issues in Optima Solutions Nurul Berhad. The first one is privacy and employee monitoring. The company uses continuous biometric attendance tracking to monitor employees. This makes employees feel uncomfortable and stressed because their privacy may be violated. It also reduces employee autonomy in the workplace. The next one is sharing performance data without consents. Employee performance data was shared without permission. This action breached confidentiality and reduced trust between employees and the organization. It also considered an unethical HR practice. The third one is fairness in recruitment system. Besides that, the automated recruitment system filters applicants automatically. This may lead to bias and discrimination where qualified candidates could be rejected unfairly due to the lack of human judgment in the hiring process. And the last one is lack of transparency in evaluation. Employees were not clearly informed about how their data will be used. Training records were used for performance evaluation, which caused confusion and anxiety among employees. Poor communication also reduced trust in the organization.
My name is Yunajah Najah binti Jamil. My part is impact of employees. First, employees privacy concern. Biometric system used to track employee attendance, which may cause employees feel stressed and uncomfortable. This situation can reduce their motivation and job satisfaction. The next is unfair recruitment process. Automatic system are sometimes used in hiring process, which may lead to bias towards system candidate. The next impact is a lack of communication. Employees are often using training data, but they might not fully understand how the evaluation process works. As a result, employees may feel stressed and frustrated. The next impact is impact on teamwork. When employees feel their privacy is not respected, this can reduce cooperation among co-workers. This can lead to workplace conflict and reduce trust within the team. The less impact of employee is negative perception towards technology. Employees may lose trust in hires and see it for control rather than the support. It reduces the sector of innovation in the workplace. Conclusion: ethical issue in hires can negatively affect employee well-being. They may reduce trust, motivation, and teamwork. Thank you.
Next, for part impact issue on the organization. The unethical use of human resource information system at Optima Solutions can negatively impact the organization in three main ways. First, it damages the company's reputation because employees and the public may lose trust due to privacy breach and unfair recruitment practice. Second, the company faces legal risk under Malaysian PDPA 2010, including investigation, fines, and increased operational costs. Third, employees may experience stress and disrupt from excessive monitoring and lack of transparency, which can reduce morale, productivity, and increase employee turnover. Therefore, organizations must use human resource information system ethically to maintain trust, legal compliance, and long-term sustainability. That's all for my part. Thank you.
Good day, Dr. Ashraf. I'm Nika, Dr. of Subramaniam, and today I'm going to explain about ethical values. The first one is responsibility. Responsibility in HRIS means the organization must protect employee rights and personal data. In Optima Solutions, biometric attendance and performance evaluation data are being used. However, employees were not clearly informed about how their data is used, which shows a lack of responsibility. This may also go against the Personal Data Protection Act 2010 in Malaysia. Therefore, HR must ensure data is used properly, access is restricted, and there is human oversight in decision making. Now let's look at transparency. Transparency means employees should clearly know what data is collected, how it used, and who can access it. In Optima Solution, there is a lack of clear communication regarding HRIS systems, especially in biometric tracking and performance evaluation. Transparency is important because it ensures fairness, awareness, and employee consent. To improve, the company should provide a clear HRIS policy and conduct briefings or training sessions before introducing new systems.
Good afternoon to Doctor and my fellow friends. Moving on to our core analysis, let's look at the ethical value of fairness. The major ethical issues that we identified in this use of an automated requirement system that filters candidates without human oversight, using potentially biased historical data. This process is fundamentally unethical because it denies equal opportunity to qualified candidates. Fairness requires equal treatment and transparent evaluations. Therefore, we recommend implement rigor to algorithm audits and combining automation with ethical human oversight. Next, we address accountability. In this case, employee performed data was shared without consent, and automated system lacked proper monitor or clear responsibility for errors. The company failed to protect employee privacy, showing a severe lack of accountability in its high-risk decisions. Because organizations must take responsibility for decisions affecting employees, we strongly recommend establishing strict data government policies, appointing a data protection officer.
My name is Muhammad Ali bin Malawati. I will talk about recommendation part. So based on our analysis, we have proposed 3 recommendations for optimal solution. First, privacy and data governance policy. The company must develop PDPA aligned policy, notify employees in writing, and obtain their informed consent before any data is collected. Second, human oversight in recruitment evaluation. The automated recruitment system must be audited for bias with HR reviewing candidate at key stage. Employees should also be clearly informed on how training record affect their performance score. Third, appoint a data protection officer and establish a grievance channel. A DPO will oversee HRIS compliance, while a formal grievance channel allow employees to safely report any data misuse. These 3 key recommendations uphold responsibility, transparency, fairness and accountability to protecting both employee and the organization. So that's all for me. Thank you.